Welcome back to Full Drive Adventure Crew. My name is Voss and we are back at it again. It is a nasty weather. It's very warm. All the snow that we had at the lower elevation below 5,000 is melted and we're gonna go explore. We only have 3 cars this time. We just want to go see how far we can get. We were planning to make a big trip, but looking at the weather, things were not looking good. So my friend wanted to go out. He hasn't been out for a while on a big Ram. So we're gonna go and see how far we can make it, up to 7,000 feet or so, and see what kind of nasty snow we can find. So it's not gonna be much. I'm driving Tanya's Jeep today because mine is a little hurt sitting at home on the lift with some oil leak problems. So that's gonna be in the shop for a bit because I got other plans with it. So you won't be seeing my Jeep for a while until it's ready to rock, and probably right before King of the Hammers at the end of January. So, all right, let's hit the road. Well, testing out my sister's Jeep. She's in the passenger seat. So we're shredding on her Jeep. Alex and Katya are on my brother's Sasha's Jeep. So we're taking all the running Jeeps that are on my property at the moment to go explore a little higher elevation, and I get to drive her Jeep and see what else needs to be done on it to work on it. So, but so far it rides smooth. A lot of hard work and money went into this one to make it perfect vehicle for her. 5,600 feet. We got slushy snow. So we're about to get on the Jackson Meadows Road, and yeah, there's not much quality snow here.
Yeah, we went last week. It was so nice.
Yep. Duck. So last weekend, it was beautiful, sunny day. The snow was nice and crisp. The weather outside was like 30 degrees in the morning, and then it got warmer, and then it cooled down again. Today, we're at 6,000 feet. It's 40 degrees, wet, slushy snow, terrible conditions. So this shows you that one weekend can make it or break it for you. So you can't be sure that, you know, the weather's gonna look good. So I would say you got to look at your weather forecast for your summits, and for us, we're looking at usually Donner Summit, and it was showing nothing but snow, but the weather temperature is supposed to be like 39 to 33, which means no crispy cold snow. So, and the road, we're struggling. We got on the same road we were on last weekend, and it is just ice skating over here because the snow is wet. We're on 10 psi at the moment, so I'm not sure what we're going to be doing at the moment, as the snow is very wet and sticky. So might have to deflate a little more to be able to drive on it, but I'm not sure. It's just pretty freaking nasty. And for us right now, the elevation is going to drop, and then it's going to start raising again. But we'll see. Let's just keep rolling until we can't. So we're down to 5,600 feet, and we're coming down towards the little creek by River Lake, and yeah, the road is pretty nasty. That's why we have not deflated lower than 10, because we're still running on the rocks, and anything lower when you're running the rocks, you are running the risk of pinching your tire and busting the sidewall. So we only going to reserve lower PSIs until we get some deep snow that we can't go on 10, 8 psi. So, and at that point we'll send the truck on 42s ahead of us to pack it down for the rest of us. But I think we're gonna do a little detour and go look at the Weaver Lake Dam, little waterfall. Might be overspilling, might be not, so we're gonna go check that out. Just on the back side of Weaver Lake, and look at the mountains up ahead of us. So there's a little hiking path that is covered in icy snow at the moment that leads towards the creek and the waterfall. Damn. So here it is. Here's the waterfall. Look at it. Just kidding, it's up there. Look at that waterfall. This is Yosemite Lake. I think this waterfall is like, for me to check it out, is about 3 years in the making. Been always wanted to come and check it out, but always either I got too big of a crowd or just not the right time. Summertime, we couldn't make it up here, but this is pretty cool. The Weaver Lake Waterfall, check on the bucket list item to explore near Bowman Lake Road. So that was pretty cool. I mean, crappy weather. It would be nice if it would be snowing or anything like that, but not bad, not bad at all. Now we can continue on to the higher elevation and pray that there'll be snow falling down from the sky, not rain. But we'll see. The road outside deteriorating just as fast as the weather outside. We just had some sun for a second and then there's a big storm rolling through. But last week we were punching all this. This is where everybody was struggling as we were climbing this, and look at it now. Disgustingly ugly. I am not liking this. And this is the spot where we ate. So this is crazy. Look at all these trees poking out that we didn't see last weekend. So I'm gonna send the big boy up front. Keep going. I just gotta stay in his path because it is just drifty over here. Maybe we're not gonna be pushing snow, but at least we'll have fun in the drifty snow. All right, we're getting close to where we stopped last weekend. Okay, we made it to the north side of the trail we were on. But the problem is all the snow drifts here are sideways. So we'll see. As long as we don't get dragged off the road, we'll be okay. Now we're pushing snow. Very heavy, wet snow, but we're pushing it. And still on 10 PSI though. If I'm gonna start struggling, I'm probably gonna let somebody else push ahead of us, or we'll just stop and deflate. I just don't wanna roll off the road and play winch game to get back on the road on the wet snow. It sucks. So a lot of people are asking me, how do you gauge the type of snow? So in the wet snow, if the vehicle keeps moving, you have to give momentum. So if I will slow down, it will crawl, but it will spin more. So I need to get momentum and keep it going. And if it stops, that's when you start deflating. This snow is the worst you can have because it's wet and it's very, very sticky. So it's just impenetrable basically. So I'm going, I don't know, slow. The RPMs are at 3,000 RPMs and we're pretty much just spinning tires the whole time. And I saw the steering wheel back and forth to keep traction going. So that way, as soon as I get on top of it or start punch through it, I'm able to just keep going. We're at 10 PSI. We got about a foot of wet, heavy snow, and I can't really get through it. It just keeps burying itself and just spinning tires. As you can see the track up ahead, we're spinning on the snow. We're not punching through the dirt. So I'm about to pull over and deflate the tires down a bit so we can keep fighting. We all pulled over to deflate. It's starting to cool down. It's finally getting into low 30s. And all of us are deflating down to like 3 and 4 PSI. So the Ram back is like 2. And we are on 3.5, right around there. I've been using Nate's Dirt Lifestyle snow gauge that goes from 15 to 0 PSI. And that's pretty accurate. We tried it against Tanya's ARB up to, you know, that one goes like 5. And it's pretty accurate. So, and it's pretty cheap, like 20 bucks on his website. So pretty good. So yeah, 3 PSI. We're munching along on the exact same snow that we were struggling on 10. So we'll see how far we can make it. Because if we have to be pushing this snow with our bumpers or axles, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, we're already packing down. Gotta keep punching it through. Just a bit more, I'm gonna let the green Jeep keep going because this one gets hot on the automatic transmission, gets hotter than the manual Jeeps, especially for snow wheeling. Yeah, look at that track. Ugh.
Yeah.
Our passenger side is in the higher snow than the driver's side, so it keeps us crab walking a little bit in the snow.
Yeah, you could actually see that in our camera.
Automatic transmission is getting over 230, so we let the manual trucks or Jeep and the truck go so they can make the road for us. And we're on 3 PSI. We can be cruising and not even stressing any of the components on this Jeep. And that's kind of the cool thing about having manual Jeeps. I have a difference, like my brother's a manual Jeep and Tanya's and mine are automatics, and I can see the difference how much cooler the manual Jeeps run versus automatics. And that's a loss of horsepower into heat, which is not good. So yeah, time to build me a manual Jeep. Yet again, we find ourselves by ourselves in the middle of nowhere, and the place that people won't be looking for anybody. So If something happens and we're stuck out here, well, that's why we have a kitchen Jeep. We can cook something and survive for a couple days. Time to have some lunch. The wind is pretty strong outside and we're not opening any canopies. We're just gonna munch on our sandwiches inside the Jeeps because it's stupid cold outside. 2 o'clock and time for lunch. It's starting to snow outside, but it is like grainy snow, which is pretty bad, and the wind is picking up. So we're gonna have our port of subs sandwiches and see what we're gonna do after that. You guys like my hat? My daughter got it for me. Woohoo! Gotta represent the Jeep. We had our sandwiches. We're back on the road, and the Ram kept going while we had a little bit of lunch. He kept going, punching the snow and getting around all the obstacles in the way. So we're back in pursuit, and hopefully we'll catch up here to them shortly and see how far we can make it. If we make the whole loop of Paoli Ridge and make it back to Bowman, that would be pretty cool. That would be the ultimate goal for today. But it's already 2 p.m. We know we have about 3 hours of daylight left, and we'll see how things are going to be after that. Things are getting interesting. The Ram is struggling and the wind is blowing. We are almost at the peak of the Paoli Ridge, and look at the trees just bouncing. Look at them bending. That's crazy. I hope we're not going to start winching the Ram here shortly. Oof. That's going to be cold and fun. Alright, the Ram got himself out from the trees, but he's still going crookedly sideways. We're just trying to stay on the high side so we don't drag ourselves down. But this snow is absolutely nasty. Snow drift. The little Jeep is struggling. Now we're going to be struggling doing the exact same thing. Yep, we're in the snow drift alley. You can see the grass on the side of the road poking through because the snow just gets blown past it from the south. So we are on the exposed south side of the ridge. And yeah, as you can see, we're all driving under high angles, and this is where the tires might suffer if it manages to pop it off the bead on these bead grips that we have. And we made it to Paoli Ridge, and this is where, look how the snow just breaks through. This is one of the snow drifts that I was concerned about. The road is right here. You gotta aim towards that tree a little bit, because that's a big bump. And then it levels out. Whoa! Yeah, turn a little bit towards me. Yep. Yep. Slowly, yep. Okay. We'll try to follow. Yeah, stick to the other side. All right, we're doing the exact same thing they just did, except we're punching deeper, falling through the snow. There's like 8 or 10 foot berm. I'm just wondering what the Ram's gonna do. Holy schmoolies.
Oh, hold it. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely sinking deeper than what they did. But they were the one breaking the trail, so.
So my Jeep is heavier.
Well, heavier is one thing. We're punching through the same. Ooh. Yeah, our passenger side is crazy.
I'm gonna wait for the ram to pass to make sure they're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop and get him coming down because we were way off camera. All right, let's see. Yeah, if we fail, this is how far you can be sliding down the hill. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that beauty.
That didn't feel so bad.
The weather is confused. We got very high winds, we got sun poking through, we got some blue skies right above us, and a big fat ram is trying to go through the nastiest spot so far that we have encountered. Multiple snow berms, and Alex punched it through, but I barely made it on Tanya's Jeep, and now the ram is struggling. I hope we can get him through here because it's nasty right here, right on the ridge. No bueno. No bueno. That's not bueno. But look how big fat road we made over here through. And now we got ram hanging off the road. Luckily we have a couple big fat trees over here, so we can get them winched out. All right, we're rigging up the winching. We got a tree saver on the winch. So winch is going in, and I got our Jeep to the back of it for keeping it from sliding to the rear receiver hitch. So we'll see how things are gonna go. Oh, there was a log here. Igor, hold up. Let me tighten the rope because I want to pull you this way. Son of a gun. Yep. The little XJ is helping. Yeah, we just need to get them centered on the road as high as we can. Okay, so he's gonna reposition, and I'm gonna put my winch back in and come around him, see if any more assistance needed. They are not. Okay, all the winches are disconnected, and he's just mobbing through and probably getting buried again, but we'll see. Some people say, oh, I would never wheel with anybody that runs a big truck. After you wheel with people that know how to wheel their big trucks, it's actually fun to see how these 6,000-7,000 pound trucks go through the same terrain that our little 5,000 pound Jeeps do. And look at this monster. Just look at it. Man, would you look at it? Amazing. Nice. All right, now we're just rolling down the hill. Woohoo! We punched it. So, something that we kind of wanted to do last weekend, but we had too big of a group and quite a bit of people that didn't know how to drive their vehicles, or the vehicles were just struggling too much. That's what we like to go out with our expert friends that know what they're doing and able to do fun stuff like this, like getting through complete snowed-in trails without any major issues. Well, we stopped to drink some tea and just relax a bit, but now we're getting close to Bowman Lake Road, and we're starting to see ground again, and then snow drifts. In a little bit, we're gonna get back to the Meadow Lake Road that goes over to Bowman Lake. Yeah, we're gonna have to inflate our tires because 3 psi on dirt, it's gonna kill our tires real fast. So we're gonna have to be very careful on all these rocky sections here. But it's getting dark and it's snowing, but not as much as I was expecting it to snow. It was a pretty good trip. It started with the crappy snow, and now we're getting out back to Bowman's, getting dark, and we're gonna hopefully get back out to the main road without any other incidents. But things are gonna get dark, and looks like we made the loop that we wanted to make the loop, even last week when we tried, but we had way too many vehicles. Right now 3 vehicles are kind of like really good, because you can alternate who's punching the trail and who's, you know, leading on and following and tucking down. So, but nice little get out and play in the crappy snow. But yeah, if the temperature's not showing that it's going to be below I don't know, 35 degrees, I don't recommend going to the summit, because you're going to be dealing with wet snow, and that's just not fun. Wet snow is really hard to drive in. It's really hard to push it. It takes a lot of energy out of your vehicle to travel on this kind of a snow. But we made it anyways, because we're experts, okay? We're experts. We know what we're doing. So, all right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.